Welcome back to Pro League. We got our ace match, the first one of the night. Maybe one of two to come. We are about to jump into GuMiho versus Solar to decide which of these two teams is going to win the match.
Yeah, this is actually going to be a lot of fun, Valdez, simply because it is GuMiho. He loves his mech style, and Solar is going to be the one to figure it out. And Solar, he's finally back in form. It took him all year long, but he finally overcame it.
Finally, we get a look at some predictions here. It is split exactly down the middle, 3-3. Me and you and Coda going for GuMiho. The rest going for Solar.
I'll never say no to Mech Valdez. Never, ever again. And this is a fantastic map for it. Solar's either going to have to do the damage early or find a way in the late game, and not many players do.
Yep, he's got the momentum, but can he take down this Titan of Terran in GuMiho, who is also looking really good today? Let's jump into the ace match right now on Coda. Up here in the top left, in the teal, from Team MVP, it is GuMiho, the Terran.
Down here in the bottom right, the Zerg for Samsung. Solar resuming his ace position in the team.
Yeah. And I really can understand why people would vote for Solar here. He's got huge momentum behind him. As you said, he's back in all caps. But I don't know. GuMiho, I feel like it's a great map for him. He can definitely make his style work on this one. And overall, I've been liking his games, even this round, more than Solar's.
Oh, for sure. I'm still always impressed when I see GuMiho. His mech style, well, like mech in general, the more this game develops, the more everyone's kind of realizing that mech is the ultimate sort of composition. If you can get away with it, you should be doing it. And GuMiho's always been doing it, but now the maps are really complementing that style even more.
Mm-hmm. Earlier on today, we did see Bravo versus Losira, and we were like, okay, this is Bravo. He's going to go mech. It's Vani Research Station. This is going to happen. And then he went bio, and he still won the game. He played a fantastic game. Losira didn't show the best of games. Do you think there's a chance that GuMiho doesn't play mech?
No.
Yeah?
I think GuMiho... Like, we thought Bravo was stuck in his ways. We thought, like, for sure, like, he will go mech no matter what. But I think GuMiho, it's kind of ingrained into his soul right now. He's been doing it for years. Like, this guy doesn't want to change.
That's a good way to put it. I actually agree with you. I just wanted to hear what you had to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be so surprised and kind of delighted if he did, but I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening.
This map is quite a good map for mech as well. It's not the hardest map to get that fourth base. You can pretty easily secure that fourth base in the middle there and have it as a nice, standoff point to attack from. The only person who really had trouble with it was Bravo against Stark, but that really was a testament to Dark's fantastic play against mech. He really had him figured out, and I'm not sure if Solar is going to have that, same amount figured out-ness. Percentage, Moonblade.
Absolutely, Valdez. I see what you're saying, and I hear it. I appreciate it. It's gonna be up to Solar to figure something out here. I mean, when I look at Solar, I'm still like trying to figure out exactly where he's sitting and what kind of Zerg player he is now, and what is stylistically he's all about.
Yeah.
We have games like last game. It's like, okay, you won this game, but I feel like you barely won it against someone named Departure. But then we look at him last week. It's like, okay, you beat Hero, you beat Bial, you got out of your GSL group. You've been winning these huge games finally again. I'm still like really trying to grasp him, because is he like a Suze kind of Zerg player, a Dark player? Is he what's his style these days?
Yeah, it's always interesting to see. Usually it does change up a bit as players, hit a plateau. They hit a bit of trouble in their game. They lose a lot. They usually change up their style in one way or another. Some players change a lot. Some change a little. Even Hero has changed a bit. He doesn't really play that old style. He's changed up a bit to kind of conform to the new PvT meta, and he's looked much better at it.
Solar, he always used to, like, I used to look back at him and I used to think he was a great late gamer. He had some great styles in the late game. He was very Zergling oriented in all his matchups. He was all about the Ling upgrades and playing that early aggression with them and then transitioning into later tech. Since then, though, I mean, everything's had to change since then. It's been a long time.
Yeah. We'll just have to see where he's landed after the giant tornado of losses that he had to go through.
There we go. There's that armory already on the way. So
Moonblade.
We know exactly what GuMiho is thinking right now. He wants to get that Hellbat timing down.
Yeah, he wants blood. Maybe he's kind of banking on the fact that Solar's going to play a bit greedy, saying, okay, I know he's going to go mech. I'll just try to get up 3 bases very fast, try to get ahead in that way in the greed, but he can definitely be caught out here if he does not scout this.
Now, I wonder if we're going to see SCVs with this, because this is a very, very early Hellbat timing. When you bring in Marines as well, and you have a Reaper as well, I think you have to bring SCVs, because this is like such an aggressive early build. He's going to be waiting for those 3rd and 4th Hellions before he does commit to that Hellbat style. But look how late the Baneling Nest is, and this is a big problem against this kind of build order. We don't see this build order very often, but now that it's coming out,
this could really catch Solar off guard, and an Overlord's going to go down. It's going to supply block him pretty heavily. He's going to have to make 2 extra. He's got 1 about to finish up here.
Oh, looks like he's actually going to commit to the 3rd base, so he doesn't want to fight the Queens, maybe not yet until those extra Hellbats come down.
Yeah. Oh, and at the same time, he's going to find another one, and the Queens are getting off the creep at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, Speedlings are out now. Doesn't want to lose these Hellions to the Speedlings. That's going to slow down everything. This is a very scary place for Solar.
No, it really is. More and more Hellions coming across the map. Morphing them into Hellbats as they do get here. Really threatening that 3rd base. He needs those Lings and Banelings more specifically to come out and get the great hits.
He doesn't have time for Banelings, not at this point. Look at it. It's in the red. It should be going down. Lings are going to commit, but they're dead.
He's trying desperately to fight there. He has to cancel it. There it goes.
Now, all these Queens do have a transfuse, so I doubt we're going to see GuMiho commit to a fight here. Ooh. Sneaky Hellion coming by.
Slips by, gets a nice scout of the main here. Shouldn't get any damage done, but...
No, he should not. Got to be careful of a counterattack now. A Ling Bane counter could be something on the cards. Oop.
Uh-oh.
Let's a Ling in.
That's really unfortunate.
At least it's only 1. Still. He's got to transition from here. He's done the damage he needed to do. He can transition into more of a later mech style. He does have that 3rd CC finishing up.
Yeah. And it doesn't look like Solar's got much of a counterattack timing here. He's got 11 Speedlings, 2 Banelings out in the map. Gonna try to go for a surround here, but lots of Hellions coming over to deal with this.
Oh, man. Every single one gone down.
Oh, and the Banelings are gonna go down too. There's no support for them.
Oh, he could have turned around in the bush, maybe gone for a big hit. Done what the drop bears do.
Yeah. Solar not looking too happy there in that booth after that. But you see, making more and more Lings actually to just deal with what's out on the map. It's exactly what GuMiho wants to do as he's getting his 3rd CC up here. Just force more and more units out of Solar, not allow him to play super greedy.
And now Solar going into that pretty early Mutatex still, regardless of all the damage that's been done or the 3rd base being cancelled and all those Lings having to be made. This could catch him if he's not being prepared for it. If he's not scanning, he probably wants to scan it at an appropriate time, try and look for the tech that is going to be Solar's opening point.
Mm-hmm. Do see GuMiho getting pretty aggressive with that 3rd base. He's going to drop it down. He has no SimCity over here. There's no nothing really. That Overlord's trying to get the creep down, but
it wants to poop.
Oh, so close.
Seconds away.
Not quite. Does get the poop on the other base though, but it's not going to matter.
No. Yeah, 2 Thors on the way, so he's going to have that early anti-air out long before Mutas are on the way. Behind this as well, Vikings. Looks like turrets should be on the cards as well.
Big Hellion drive-by into the 3rd, trying to find the big line of drones. He's bringing them back. That was really close. Only going to get it 5, though. And he's going to be cornered here. The Baneling's going to roll in.
Oh, wow. Beautiful cornering. That was actually really nicely done.
Yep. And he lost a lot of supply for that. A lot of Hellions went down for just 7 drones. Not really sure if that's worth it.
Now 12 Mutas are on the way. +1 attack and Roaches. So possibility of a follow-up could be on the cards here. The Roach Warrant is pretty late, so Roach speed won't be available for some time. No doubt hoping to do the damage with these mutas, but 2 Thors, 2 Vikings already out at this point. It's going to be tricky.
Also, the 1-1 is done for the mech army. He's got +2 on the way. And only now is the 1-1 getting started here for Solar. Muta's looking for damage towards the main. It seems there's only 1 turret here. No Thors in sight. They're both actually over at that 3rd base. These Mutas could get a lot of damage done, especially if he doesn't repair that turret.
Doesn't repair it. Big mistake from GuMiho. He's going to have to get those Thors back and those Vikings. And this is actually some critical damage right now.
Yeah, he's right on top of that production. He's going actually just for straight SCV. He's already 11, going down 13. He's trying to get these Thors into position, but he's got to be very careful. Trying to get the big hits. Another Hellion run by into that 3rd base, but not too much damage going to be found here. Only 7 drones going down.
Yeah, to the 16 of these SCVs. Mutas are getting whittled down, though, but we are going to see that big transition into Roaches. Still, GuMiho's economy kind of in shambles right now. That main base not mining at all.
Yeah, he's really got to solidify himself on 3 bases. He can't be losing 16 SCVs to all the Mutas coming into the main.
It was such a basic mistake, too, not repairing that turret in time.
Look at this.
I like this.
The double Thor drop into the 4th, but he's going to leave his tanks alone.
Oh, no. This should not be happening.
Oh, boy. Just like 1 Marine is dealing with that right now. In the meantime, though, he will catch that 4th base, but he's losing a bunch of SCVs. Tanks are going down. There's only 1 turret in range.
He's repairing this tank. It's costing so much money, though.
And trying to go for another Thor drop. Gets a clean.
Yeah, that's something that's going to help out a little bit here.
Both these players struggling, finding some anti-air, dealing with the play of their opponents. But now I'm going to fly over a turret. He's losing a lot of Mutas, though.
I don't think it's too important at this point there. Nice little supply lead. And man, 12 SCVs went down repairing that tank as well. Kind of ridiculous.
This is a really sloppy game so far.
It's very, certainly is a bit of a brawl right now. With them finding damage, their Solar finding much more.
Solar now on Hive Tech, getting out all the different techs that he deems necessary to deal with it. More Thor drops coming in. This is actually really nice. He's finding a lot of damage with this. Gonna get a bunch of these Roaches, and now the Hellbats are gonna be morphed, but more and more Roaches making his way. He's gonna have to retreat from here. He's actually going for the Mutas very aggressively. He knows with the mobility of those medevacs, he can find damage like this.
Oh, still Hydras now. Oh, he gets it just. And pretty even in supply after all that as well, but Vipers are on the way. Solar could be looking for a big attack.
Yeah, I think he definitely is. 3 Vipers, a bunch of Hydras being made behind this as well. And he has secured finally that 4th base. It does get up. Look at all the mules coming down.
We are actually seeing a lot of Vikings come out, and this could be good. This kind of composition he's up against, so long as he have them in place and he does get the hits on these Vipers. It all comes down to positioning, as always, with the mech army, and that he's aware that Vipers are on the map.
I do want to point everybody's attention to the fantastic creep spread so far in the middle of the map, at least, from Solar. He's preparing for that push and trying to get his units over there as fast as possible with that creep spread. Doesn't have the best over towards the left side of the map, but it's okay. He can at least get a bit of vision above that 4th base.
Yeah. More Thors, more Medivacs on the way. And Solar looking, posturing up here. He has maxed out at this point. He does have energy on his Vipers. It's just about finding the engagement, and I think he will be waiting for GuMiho to make that attempt at a 4th base.
Maybe for that. Maybe for his 2-2 to finish up. They are going to line up right now.
He does scout it. He's like, okay, no 4th just yet.
Yeah, the CC only being made. Well, there's one in the main, actually, that he can fly over. Already starting to build some turrets, preparing for that 4th base. Now trying to get his army into position. He has to be careful not to bunch up all these tanks.
Yeah, he's going to spread big time here. Here we go. Vikings out of position as well.
He's not sieged up. Big blinding clouds. GuMiho's just fighting this straight up. He's not even sieging his tanks. Drops in a bunch of Hellbats. But
oh, wow. He actually wins that fight with unsieged tanks. I think he sieged a few up the back. but steamrolls the army.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care about your blinding clouds. I can just fight you straight up.
And here we go. Stimming up this time. Actually, maybe a little bit overcommittal. Got to be careful because Solar is going to be remaxing here.
This is kind of the play we saw from GuMiho in the TVT against Journey, where he's just very aggressive with his mech. He fights very straight up. Gets a very aggressive position. It's
certainly the way to fight in TVT, and you're fighting Bio. You drop Hellbats with the Medivacs. You don't usually see that against Zerg, but I do like that a lot.
Yeah.
It really put Solar out of position, and now fourth base getting solidified for GuMiho. This game's going to get a lot longer if this is allowed to stay up for much longer.
That Hive is actually getting pretty low. The Viper's being pretty greedy. Sucking all the life out of it.
Imagine that. Like, double drop from Hellbats comes in and just kills it. That should never happen.
Got a nice little run by it, but there is a nice little spotting sensor tower over there. You should see it coming. Hellbat drop is going to come in, but nice transfuses. 2 spine crawlers. Not sure if it's going to be enough eventually. He's going to force a big pull, at least. 1 tank behind the wall of supply depots will be enough.
Yeah, just enough spacing there. Only Roach's not going to have a very easy time against that. GuMiho solidifying himself on that 4. He is maxed out now as well. +3 on the way. His composition is up and running now. He might be looking for another push out. Maybe start getting rid of more of this creep. Do you like this aggressive Viking play?
Yeah, coming in, sniping an Overseer. Moving back out. If he can do that with a bunch of Vipers, that would be so worth.
If he can find these, if he can find these Vipers before they get close enough to the tanks. That's what it's all about here. But looks like GuMiho mobilizing his army now and bringing in a lot of SCVs as well.
Yeah, sees it with the sensor tower. And, I mean, there is only 1 tank over here. He's playing a lot of SCVs. Maybe he's just transferring them over. The Roaches are going to get in. Hellbats will come to save the day. But this could pull the army of GuMiho out of position. Solar is going for it. Huge blinding cloud is going to force GuMiho back.
Now he's next to the planetary, though, and most of his army is unblinded.
Even the SCVs in the front doing the repairing and the tanking. It's pretty nice. And GuMiho, he smells blood in the water.
7 Ultras on the way and 3 more Vipers. They aren't going to have energy for a while, so we might have to go up a base.
Overlord's being taken out here and there. Actually supply blocking Solar for now. He is maxed out, but...
Oh, 2 of the Vipers actually hatched at that hatchery. That's going to take a huge blow. There's not going to be many, if any, blinding clouds for the next fight.
I'm loving this aggressive play from GuMiho. He's not the Smecking Terran that sits back for 30 minutes and waits. He wants to kill Solar right here, right now.
He's all about the steamroll, and here we go again.
There are, the 7 Ultras have hats, and they're coming forward. Will it be enough here for GuMiho to roll over Solar? The Ultras are being taken out 1 by 1. No transfuses really coming down. And they all get taken out, and everything is going to be cleaned up here from Solar.
Wow, 6 is a blind lead for GuMiho. He's just demolished that army. Ultras were not the answer, especially without the blinding clouds. He needed them so badly.
Solar looking not so happy in that booth. I think he knows he's lost. That Viper almost on full energy goes down. Ultra's going to come out to their death. We've seen this time and time and again.
Well, I mean, Solar is looking better and better than compared to what he used to be, but still.
Yep, just not enough. GG. GuMiho will take the win. And Grant MVP, yet another ace match win.
No answer for that mech at all. Well done to GuMiho. Fantastic play, as expected, on that kind of map. And MVP take a very important win here.
Yeah, man, GuMiho is just so solid in these games with his mech play. We saw it in his TVT. He kind of embarrassed Journey in that game, and here, even against Solar. Solar had some decent attacks, but just the confidence in those fights, especially from GuMiho, where he's like, oh, you want to attack me? Fine. Like, I'm just going to straight up kill you. I'm barely even going to siege up my tanks. I'm going to drop Hellbats all over your stuff. You don't have enough. I don't even have to siege up my tanks. I can just go straight in. I got 4 Thors to support. The Vikings are going to take on everything in the air, and you're just not going to be able to fight me straight up.
Wow. Great first match of the day, Valdez. This was a great one, man. This went the distance, and they were all interesting games.
This is around the time that we ended yesterday. And this is actually the time that we're ending the first match of today. So
wow.
Lots of more great games coming. We're not going to have an interview here, guys. We're just going to jump straight into that second match.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a long one, a 2 hours match there for a best of 5.
I think every single game here went not the distance, but it was more than just an early game win. Everyone went to at least the mid game. You guys did see the matchups, but here is the next match between the Generic Green Wings and CJ Antis. It's going to be SOS versus Bunny Rogue versus Bjorn Trap versus Bjorn, and then the big one there, Game 4, Maru versus Hero.
Man, look at all those upward arrows. And Bunny and Maru with the side ones won, but still going to be fantastic games from both of them.
Yeah, it's going to be a great match. You guys do not want to miss it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.